I go out and get the smallest balsam that I've ever seen. I bring it home, set it up. Ellen says,
Oh my God, that thing is enormous.
it was about the height of this table.
Does the National Park Service know you stole a sequoia?
The tree holds deep feelings for Jennifer. I've had to acknowledge that.
But it was hard on you and on your parents.
Hanukkah's not a major Jewish holiday. We've pumped it up with steroids to compete. I've sort of become what? A Christmas voyeur.
Staring at Seth, Ellen moves her chair.
What are you doing?
I can't see.
I enjoy looking at Christmas lights in other people's houses, and I like listening to a certain subset of holiday music, the pop stuff.
What are you trying to see?
If he's for real.
I said to Jen, if we're going to disagree about something, it should be something significant. I don't want to be Seth, the tree-hating Hebrew.
It predates religion. It's something alive in the middle of winter. You stumble into the living room with your PJs on, and it's ablaze with light, the smell, and it's evergreen, which means it's forever, just like the love in our family.
Gag me.
But reality sets in. Not to be able to escape it in your own house.
I mean, even though we say it's not religious, you don't think about Jesus when you're opening presents, it seems ridiculous, but the first difficult discussion we had was, would we raise Bethy Jewish? We both agreed that the Holocaust and Jews being a minority trumped all arguments. That was easy. Compared to our second discussion, which never ended, we're revisiting it every year.
And finally, after several Decembers of domestic pain, the rabbi who teaches our class said, why don't you get the tree? As a gesture of your love for Jennifer, why don't you go out and buy her a Christmas tree?
So that's what he did.
You leave your apartment door open? Aren't you worried your cat will wander off?
Well, I did some research, and we're supposed to be chaperoned, and I don't...
This isn't a date. We are not being intimate.
We're not?
Dating is haram, even Muslims with other Muslims. This is a cultural exchange.
Ah.
That's how he hooked me, singing. We had met in college, Kenyon, in Ohio. We were just friends. But he invites me to an a cappella singing concert. He's in this boy group called the Augmented Seven because there's only 8 of them. And they start singing For the Longest Time, Billy Joel. And he has the solo and he steps out looking directly at me. And I realize inviting me was a setup so he could deliver a message. He's singing, I had second thoughts at the start. I said to myself, hold on to your heart. And I realize I've been saying the same thing to myself because I can't fall for this wonderful man who is singing so sexily. I am supposed to fall in love with a Jew.
Now I know the woman that you are. It's wonderful so far, and you're more than I hoped for.
I'm thinking, man, I wouldn't mind spending the longest time with this guy. And my second thought was, when do I tell him I have to raise Jewish kids? Clumsy word, isn't it? Interfaith. Sounds like a computer tech lisping. Well, the interface between your mouth and your software. You get it. And it's not precise. Judaism is not just what I profess, it's who I am, what I was born. You don't even have to believe in God to be Jewish. I have friends who are Turkish, one's Indonesian. They don't bow to Mecca every day, but they still feel Muslim. My hardcore feminist girlfriend, she is a redheaded Irish woman who despises the church. She still missed it up when she saw the Pope in St. Peter's Square. It's your culture. It's in your blood, even if you're not observant. So it's probably more precise to say interfaith cultural. But then you sound like National Public Radio.
You know what would make me happy? If you help me finish trimming the tree. If it's not, haram for you.
Of course not. Teaching each other our customs is part of our cultural exchange. What do?
Blair grabs a box.
We have to put on the tinsel.
And what's the best practice?
Well, there's 2 schools of thought. One's the Martha Stewart school that says you should painstakingly put the tinsel on strand by strand, and the other is what I would call the 6-year-old with ADD school, which says you just grab a big handful of the shit and hurl it.
The second approach sounds more conducive to happiness.
That's what I say. Okay, grab some.
Okay.
More. Okay, both hands. Ready?
Siba loads up with huge gobs of tinsel.
Let's go.
We were warned. Regardless of what negotiations are settled when kids enter the picture,